So we make sure that we listen to requests to just /nothing, and that returns some HTML code with our MP3 on it. Now when we click that same button, we send a post request to a /message. But we're not doing anything with that. Time to change that. Let's add another if statement here. And let's check if URL is equal to message, and I add another condition. That condition is I want to be sure that we are not handling a GET request, but a POST request here. So we also need to pass the method from request method and make sure that method is equal to POST. Now we will only enter this if statement if we have a POST request to the /message. What happens to be exactly what we create with this form. In this case, I want to do two things. I want to redirect the user back to the /nothing, not leaving on the /message. And I want to create a new file and store the message the user enter in it. Now this involves a couple of things. Let's start with redirecting and creating that file. We need another package, another core module here, and that was the file system core module. So let's import it by storing the functionality in a constant. You can name it whatever you want. I'll name it fs because the package is named fs. So you can also name this differently. This not the package, just the constant. So fs allows us to work with the file system. And here I now want to write a new file. So here let's execute write file sync, and I just use file names to create it in the same folder as app.js. I simply name it message.test, and in there I obviously want to store what the user sent. So now this is a little bit more work. So for now I just put some dummy tests in there. Let's redirect the user. I also set the status code to 302, and then simply have a set header, and then we set the location. This is also a default header accepted by the browser. We set the location just to /, and I will automatically use the host we are already running on, and then we have to call the rest end. And important as before, return this so that we don't execute these lines, otherwise we will get an error. Let's start our file here and make sure to go back to /nothing and reload that page and set any value, and you should simply reload that in the end because you get it redirected here. You can see the redirected here at the network tab of the debugger tools. Here 302 indicates we send a request to message, and we will redirect it to localhost. So this is working. We also got the message test with a dummy inside of it. Now let's also get rid of that. And let's work on actually parsing the data the user sent us and writing that data into that file.